Hello! It is I have arrived. Sorry, I haven't uploaded in a while. My country's internet keeps going out, but luckily it has returned, and so have I. So I could give this great audience another no-hit Elden Ring video for the Weeping Peninsula. But do not fear, I have died more times than I did last time for more difficult bosses than last time. Now, if you didn't watch the last video, I'll go over the rules real quick. I'm on 1 vigor, and I'm not allowed to be hit. I'm not allowed to use magics or sorceries. Only allowed to use the scythe build I mentioned in the last video. And that's basically it. I also have to do all the bosses and all the quests and complete Elden Ring 100%. But besides that, if you want to go into the details, you can watch my last video. And that's it. I'm not going to waste my time nor yours because these videos take way too long to edit. All I want from you is for you to like and subscribe and leave a comment so my video gets boosted in the algorithm. If you don't do it, you are a very bad person and your parents hate you. Now, the introduction to the Weeping Peninsula is very basic. It's to the left of the Bloodhound Darrowell boss fight, and you just go over a bridge to the Weeping Peninsula. It's not any cool I'm gonna love this area, aren't I? Anyways, as I was saying, you pass the bridge, there's a grace to the right, and the only NPC in this entire island to the left. And again, these NPCs talk too much. But basically, her dad owns a castle. The castle got overrun by the filthy fucking demi-humans! That's basically it. You also get one of the most useless items in the entire game, the ballista. The first ballista, at least, on this island, in this tower. Very useless item. The Runebear, in my opinion, is a good boss. You know, at least for an NPC, it's a good boss, because these guys spawn in every single area of the entire Elden Ring map. They don't appear in the DLC, but they do in the base game. Who thought of making these bosses NPCs? Why wouldn't you just make a new boss for this game? Every single boss has to be an NPC in this game, unless they're a main boss. I don't want to fight an enemy that I see in every location have a health bar. It is unreasonable. And you know, this NPC is one of the hard ones. Runebears are generally difficult to fight. Their body is an active hitbox. If your head hits their belly, you're dead. If you don't dodge out the way, you're dead. I mean, that's how normally attacks works, but anyways. I tried the Grave Scythe. Didn't work. He attacks too fast, I can't pull off the ability. He obviously didn't take damage from Winged Scythe, I mean. Winged Scythe is a holy weapon. The ability is shit for this boss. The damage is shit for this boss. So, I try the Hell's Scythe, you know, spam from far away. Didn't work. He jumps on your ass. He jumps from half the fucking arena to get your ass. It didn't work. Anytime I tried, it didn't work. I mean, I get it's a skill issue. I'm terrible at the game. I couldn't dodge out the way. I mean, if I was good at the game, I obviously could have killed him. But there was one thing that pissed me off the most. It's the fact that every time I died, every time I changed the scythe, I made no progression. Half health, didn't get there. I just kept dying and making the same mistakes over and over and over again. It was like I was stuck in a loop of being shit at the game. But there was one thing that saved me. One thing. I never thought of it before, because I never used it. I thought it was shit. I genuinely thought it was a terrible scythe. But the Obsidian Lamina came in clutch.
Falava vida, papo envolvente, anda 100% tu inconsequente. No direct era minha rainha, na rua já tava contra a linha. 2 histórias, 2 versões, mentira virou padrão. Vai, finge mais, carinha boa, mas tu cai. Eu sinal, teu love era superficial.
Another great thing about the Weeping Peninsula is that there's 3 churches here. That means if you didn't explore this area, you were missing 3 sacred tears, which means your flask is 3 times weaker. Not 3 times, but you know what I mean. It's 3 levels weaker. I didn't explore this area when I first played the game. I didn't even know it existed. It was on the lower half of the map. It's not even connected to the whole area. It's just one bridge. But let's talk about the second boss that I fought. The ancient hero of Zamor. Now this boss is very interesting because I don't think it's been reused throughout the game. It's an Evergaol boss, which, you know, Evergaol bosses are boring, but it's quite interesting because it's the first boss enemy you encounter. Interesting design, interesting fight style, jumps around, uses frost spells that we've never seen before. Again, the spells are reused later, but the boss itself is very unique. It's also quite difficult for this part of the game. It's like they decided to make every single Evergaol very difficult for no reason, except the Blight Knight Hound Darewolf fight, and that one gives you a very good sword. Like, these guys give you absolute jack shit. The Radagon Sword Seal that this guy gives you, again, it's a legendary talisman, but you get a better one in Caelid like 3 seconds later if you ride with Tori to that area. It's not even that difficult to get.
For elevation, I'm a soldier, won't surrender. Faith is like a fire that never burns to embers. The voice of the unheard, love is the answer.
I gotta speak it, believe it, that's how I feel inside.
I can't sit here quiet.
You can take my heart, you can take my breath when you pry it from the cold dead chest.
This is how we rise up, heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up, heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic static. Call me a fanatic, it's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up, it's our resistance, you can't resist us.
It's the first time you're gonna encounter these giant bells, and it's in Weeping Peninsula. Well, I didn't even know what these did. They're pretty fucking annoying. You have to kill these skulls, well, hit the skulls on their feet, and after you do so, the giant bell comes down. Now, what's the purpose of these giant bells? Duplicating remembrances. And most remembrance weapons are absolutely useless. These bells have no operative use. I do not know why they're in the game. They could have added another simpler mechanic that would be way less straining on my computer. So I have a question. Is there a requirement for every FromSoft game to have a piss poison lake that's absolutely annoying to traverse through? I mean, you have Blighttown in Dark Souls 1, you have Blighttown 2 in Dark Souls 2, which I forgot the name, and you have some other poison lake in Dark Souls 3. Why are these added? No one likes these areas. Blighttown was genuinely the most annoying area in Dark Souls 1. I got bored when I was going through that area. It was so annoying. I mean, poison in Dark Souls 2 is absolute rape. It shreds through your HP. It's like Scarlet Rot in Elden Ring. And of course, it's my turn to be hating on another NPC boss that you see in every single area of the game have a health bar. And extremely easy to kill. I do not know why they keep doing this. Just make a unique boss, even if it's not that unique. These are boring fights, man. Don't do this again. Good boy.
You fucking hurt.
No, no,
I mean, have you guys ever used the spells in Elden Ring? Most people don't. There's so many random spells, so many of them are useless. And here I just decided to spam a bunch of them. Try them out, you know. I've never used spells. But some of them are actually good. You know, good for clearing enemies, good for clearing areas. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to use them against bosses. Because bosses are off limits. This boss specifically does not require any spells. It is the NPC of the caves fighting you. It is just another Misbegotten, normal Misbegotten with an axe. There's nothing unique about this guy. It is even more of an NPC than the other NPC because at least the other NPC bosses are rare. You see these guys everywhere. It's just a normal Misbegotten. I do not know why Elden Ring keeps doing this!
Agora sente o peso do dia e engole a merda que criou. Porque mentira não tem guia e sempre volta pra quem
Music didn't even have time to start. That's how easy this boss was. I don't know why, but it was. And of course, we have another boss that only spawns at nighttime. People barely see this guy unless they're playing in nighttime, which nobody does. The Night Cavalry. Why would you make a boss time specific? And you know what? It wouldn't be that bad if the time was linear, but the time resets every time you die. It goes back to daytime. So if you die like 2 seconds before going into this area, the time will reset and you will never see this boss. I didn't even know it existed like the other Night Cavalry I fought. And next up, we have the Great Deathbird. You know, this guy would be fine. It would be absolutely fine. You know, it's also another nighttime boss, only spawns at nighttime. But you know what's even worse? At least you can see the Night Cavalry from far away. You don't need to be close to it. This guy only spawns if you go near it. So not only do you have to be at nighttime, you also have to explore the map at nighttime so it spawns. And the range for this guy is so small, you have to go so close to a spawn area that you won't even know if this guy existed if you're not looking up a guide. And of course, it's extremely difficult for this part of the game. Not only the moveset, but it's extremely powerful in the base game if you're not using holy attacks. Every single enemy in this game has immunity to holy. It will not take damage if you're using holy. But there's 2 total enemies, and this guy's one of them. So either you're completely faith and weak to everything else, or you're not faith and you die to this guy. So can we decide on what we're doing here?
On Halloween, there will be a nigga, you gon' take his pain. He's big and black, he will take your candy. That nigga's name is Big Dick Randy. Hey, Big Dick Randy, he take booty, not just candy. He dress up like he a granny, then he be waiting for niggas to walk off alone. He make sure they ain't near no home. He sneak up and he let out a moan. He rip off your booty and then he's gone. I remember one day, it was like 2012. It was Big Randy, I could just tell. He took my booty and I couldn't yell. I got to the house, mama said, where's your ass? And where's your candy? And I said, mama, it was Big Dick Randy.
Now, if you would have paid attention to the last video's thumbnail, it was an Erdtree Burial Watchdog boss. Now, you might be wondering, the boss on that last video wasn't even that difficult. That's because it was meant for this video. It was a combination. I wanted to Limgrave and Weeping Peninsula in one video, but it didn't happen. I ran out of space, so I decided to release the Limgrave video and I'll do the Weeping Peninsula later. And I will tell you why. This boss is the worst boss I had fought so far. Not because it was hard, because there was 5 enemies on the ring, and every single one I had to dodge. I had to beat all of them, because I am doing no hit with 0 vigor. I died, and I died again, and then again, and again, and again, and again. I kept on dying. This boss was so excruciating, I made a worse than Epstein thumbnail just dedicated for this guy. It was horrible. The boss alone wasn't even that hard. It's just excruciating fact of the mini NPCs just kept fucking me. They kept attacking me, throwing shit at me. What am I supposed to do? And finally, after more than 40 deaths, I figured out how to kill this guy. It was gonna be hard, but this is my final attempt.
You start beef with Vixie trying to be a hater, but we all know you're a failed rage baiter. And I just have to make a little observation. Your face looks like an ass squeeze tight from constipation. If it wasn't for the lyrics, you would still be at the bottom, and your whole social media presence would be a phantom. You call your music peak, that's a crucious crime, a catastrophic waste of my precious time. Hyper baiter, 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 diddles children like a hater. Baiter, 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 more like a masturbator. Hyper baiter, 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 diddles children like a hater. Baiter, 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 more like a masturbator.
We come to the final boss of this video, the Misbegotten. Truly a horrible ending. This guy was not even this difficult. Now, I do want to bring something up. Every single Leonine Misbegotten in this game has a legendary weapon. There are 3 total Misbegottens. One in Weeping Peninsula, one in the lower snow area, and there's another one in Cavalry. Why do these guys carry legendary weapons? Like, they don't even use them. They just have them. Look, this guy drops the legendary grafted blade. Wasn't even that interesting of a fight. How did this guy achieve this power? And he doesn't even use it. I bet he would be way more difficult if he actually used the weapon that he gave you. I mean, I swear, there's more interesting NPCs later on in the game, but Weeping Peninsula, like I said, had one NPC, one important quest, and it's this guy. Absolutely a horrid.
Yeah.